Alright, hello and welcome back to X Rebirth. I'm your host Pew Pew Choo Choo as always, and we are just about to finish this delivery mission. This one, I've got to say, has taken quite a long time. As you can probably tell, I've already uploaded the intro as a separate video, and in all honesty, I expect people to not believe me that is the intro.
Let me contact the station and see if you can get a meeting for the weapons.
Alright, so we've delivered some of that good stuff, whatever the energy cells, right?
Bring her into dock.
And now that that is done, we effectively don't need the freighter anymore, and it looks like we will be getting some new weapons, so that'll be very, very nice. And let's just go and grab those right away.
And the report is on its way.
Yeah, so, and we've unlocked the discount, so that's good too. But anyhow, we're just going to dock here and get those weapons.
Permission to dock.
Docking permission granted.
So I would presume that this is almost the end of the tutorial. Oh, and actually there's also a cutscene here. That's perfect.
Encyclopedia, map, mining colony 2940 Alpha. Built deep inside an enormous hollowed-out asteroid, this former mining colony, now nicknamed the Lonely Giant, came to fame during the Plutarch Revolution against the Argon military in Albion. Initially used as a military storage base, it became the last stand fortification against the Great Plutarch advance.
Those videos would be great and all if you could load them up at your choosing as some sort of actual encyclopedia type of thing, but like using them as cutscenes, I find I just don't find them all too appealing, to say the least, but they're there, and I suppose that they get the job done. So, the people who make this, Ecosoft, they released a patch later, or they released a patch, I think either today or yesterday, sometime right around there, but anyhow, they fixed a few problems, they fixed a lot of the crashes, and, this door opens right here, okay, fair enough, and things are looking good now. Though still there are quite a few problems with the mining or with the trading. But anyhow, let's talk to this person.
Hello, Captain. I'm Lieutenant Gimbal. Thanks for the delivery. We sure needed some supplies. When Plutarch is sniffing around, it's never business as usual.
Happy to help. A mutual friend said you needed help.
No need to be coy, Captain. We're free to talk here. I know you have Lieutenant Taryn on board. Trust her to get all the fun assignments. Dig up dirt on Plutarch here. Lay low with this unassuming young captain and his unique ship.
You know I can hear you, right?
I know, just having a bit of fun. So, you want weapons?
Yusha said you may have some old plasma weapons laying around.
Sure we do. Plutarch doesn't like the idea of ex-military force running around like we own the place. We're limited to half the firepower Plutarch has. It helps them sleep at night.
Don't expect me to use them on either of you.
Right. You're neutral. That must be fun. The weapons are yours. Pontifex knows our engineers need something to do. Hope you enjoy the new guns.
Okay, so it would appear that we just get some new weapons, just like that. I kind of expected that that you needed to some sort, like, equip them somehow, but we apparently don't, so that's nice to know. So with that kind of said, let's see what we have here.
If you want to give these babies a try, we should look for some asteroids. This is a really versatile ship. I keep an eye out for more weapons for sale from mechanics.
Oh, well, that's nice. Now we have a plasma cannon Mark 1. We have the Mazer, which is the bullet thing, and we also have a mining laser, so that's pretty cool. So now that we have these guns, I guess the campaign goes on.
Captain Otani, Lieutenant Taryn.
Please, Captain. No need to be so formal. I'm hardly military.
Technically neither am I, but old habits die hard. We've just been cleared by the Plutarch Intelligence Agency. You should be clear to come back soon.
Aw, and we were just about to have fun with guns.
Head back to the rendezvous location. We'll meet you there. Borman out.
Alright, well, I guess the
Otani,
tutorial continues.
I'd invite you to stay, but I fear Plutarch would put us on their most wanted list.
Sorry, Otani. After you've known me for a few hours, the odds are you're already on their most wanted list.
Alright, so I presume this is the end of the tutorial. Hopefully it is. Let's just go back and drop this person off and really see what happens next. So yeah, we have a new weapon. That's kind of cool. In the previous games, what you used to be able to do was, well, there were quite a lot of different ships that you could command, and with that said, some of these ships, they weren't necessarily fighters, and I assume that inside this game you don't necessarily only control this one particular ship. But anyhow, you could have these destroyers and these cruiser vessels, and they would have, well, the game would essentially just give you a whole bunch of slots to put weapons in. So you could have like a ship with like 4 main guns facing to the front and like 2 to the side, you know, 1 for left and 1 for the right? And well, you could essentially customize them as whatever way you wanted. There were different types of weapons. As you see here, we have masers, which I presume are some sort of laser beam things. We have a plasma cannon, and we also have a mining laser. So in the previous games, they just give you a whole bunch of slots. You can customize them, and you could also customize how they fired, which is kind of cool. You could set them to fire in a certain pattern. So yeah, that was kind of neat. Not really sure if there is anything special inside this particular game, but you know what? We'll see about that in a bit. All right, but anyhow, let's try to get to this rendezvous location. I have to go through a lot of these gates, and apparently that bug I had where if you go through one of these blue gates, it would throw you out at the speed of light, extremely far away from anything. Yeah, it was actually a surprisingly common problem, but it's solved now, and it was one of the major things that they solved inside the new patch, so that's kind of nice and reassuring. On the plus side, I don't have to save every time we go into one of these things now, so that's good. There we go. So, continue flying through all of this stuff.
The third Duke.
Well, what is
Transmitting
happening?
rendezvous point. I guess before I go, I can impart some of my vast knowledge to you. Have you used the long-range scan mode? That mode can help you find small objects at a distance. I've heard that this sector has quite a lot of calibrating HUD.
Long-range scanner activated.
Yeah, you do have some little bit of a exploration gameplay element here and there, where if you would like to, you can go around and you can explore things with a long-range scanner, charges up with a audio tone, and then you can fire that beam off or that sound off and really just try to go from there to find whatever that may be inside the system for you to explore, and which is kind of cool. In the other games, they used to have these abandoned ships lying around, and they actually used to be the ships used to be like they had a tendency to be like unique ships that you could just find lying around in space. They'd be empty and they'd be very heavily damaged, but they'd be somewhere tucked into the really back corners of the map, and you could find them and you could play around with them too. They typically had some sort of unique like slot layout or some unique attributes, which is really rather nice. But for this, we really just want to go to the destination first. Oh, by the way, I found out that you could actually shoot in these highways too. It's actually surprisingly easy to blow up whatever is in front of you too. Alright, so now I'm supposed to go to Inner World now, so I guess we'll just go there and see what is up there. Yeah, definitely a lot of travel inside this game. I wonder if you're still able to get a jump-capable ship inside this particular game.
Entering Crossroads.
In X3, you used to be able to like you used to be able to command capital ships.
I'm not liking how some of these Plutarch ships are behaving.
Oh.
Are they following us?
They're watching us. Maybe we should speed it up a bit.
I don't really want to start a chase.
So as I was saying, in the previous games, I mean, you used to be able to command capital ships, and the problem with them is that they move way too slowly to do anything efficiently. And the other thing was that I'm pretty sure you weren't able to actually go through the jump gates with them. But anyhow, one of the main things about them is that they had a jump drive where you could get from literally like pretty much anywhere to anywhere else, provided that you had enough energy cells to use as fuel for the process, right? So I mean, hopefully they still have that around. Hopefully later on during the playthrough we'll just be able to jump from one location to another. It was relatively cheap. Considering the fact that most people who play the X games, they have these like elaborate factory setups, and with that kind of said, it's like the cost is really marginal. It's only about however many that you could hold. That was the real storage problem. Alright, so these gates, yeah, a ton of travel in this game is what I'm noticing right now, and a ton of this this tailgating thing. Not even sure what we're supposed to be looking at right now, but well, at least it gets us to our location fast. Not really sure what that was either. But I think you guys get the general
transmitting rendezvous point now.
Speed of things here, so we're just going to go through another gate. And for these sequences, I mean, all I'm doing is just shifting between the lanes, trying to get onto whichever one is the fastest here. Not really much to it at this point.
Entering.
Alright.
Excavation.
It doesn't look like we need to do any more of those jumps, so at least that is good. I think all we had to do here is just dock with the Resolute over there, and everything will be nice and happy.
No sign of Borman yet. What is going on here?
That's quite a crowd gathering. There's some Plutarch ships approaching.
Is the jump gate open?
Yeah, those were the things. Those were the things that you used to be able to use.
Otani, we've been intercepted. We won't be able to make it. What's your situation?
Borman?
We've lost the signal. I don't like this.
I'll be in the skunk. Stop your engines and prepare to be escorted.
Sorry, Ren. We've got to ditch them.
Yisha, don't!
Oh.
Entering system. No information in database.
Wow, that'll take some getting used to.
What the hell did you do that for?
It was either that or get arrested. At least out here, we can gain some distance.
This isn't what I signed on for. Why shouldn't I just turn around?
They'll probably shoot anything emerging from the gate before asking questions. And they're probably after you too now.
I'll put some distance between us and the gate. We'll try and talk our way out of this. Until then, try and figure out where we are.
This system isn't in the database. I'm seeing highways and debris, but no activity.
Our gate shouldn't lead here.
Right. It should have connected to the Belt of Aguilar system. This isn't it.
Let's hope the highways point to a friendly civilization.
Ooh. Okay, so I guess we're just supposed to fly further into this place. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, there's quite a lot of different systems inside the game. Some of them are known, some of them...
The jump gate is in lockdown until full quarantine procedures can be initiated. Any ships attempting unauthorized transit will be destroyed without further warning.
This is Ren Otani, captain of the Albion Skunk. Can't you just let us through? We just got here.
Huh.
They're not responding. Hopefully, they'll be focusing on the gate so much, they'll forget all about us. Not to mention, it gives us the chance to be the first to explore this system.
You make it sound like a good thing.
No, I guess we're just supposed to stay inside this highway zone and really see where it goes. I mean, I haven't played up until this part yet, so all of this stuff is actually also new to me as well. And I'm really just seeing, well, what is there, right? So with that kind of said, I'm just kind of going with this at this point.
Entering.
It
In the previous games, I mean, everything was connected pretty much by those
looks
gates.
like this will take us deeper into the system.
Oh.
Maybe there are...
Oh, I see some ships here. That's kind of cool. I can also pull up some information about these guys, so that is also kind of neat. Just gonna check out what the ship in front of us is, what type of ship that one is, and what they are doing here.
I'm picking up ships nearby, heading this way. I don't know who they are.
Get on the comm.
They don't look too friendly.
Just get on the comm. Tell them we're not from around here.
This is the Albion Skunk. Identify yourself. There was a mining operation here at some point. I wonder when it was abandoned.
Yeah, not really much there now, is it? I think, yeah, in the previous games, I mean, what they did with the zone systems here was that you would typically have, like, different ownership for the different zones in each and every different faction owned. Quite a few different systems. Though, one of the things that came out of it was that, at times, you had a few neutral zones on the map as well, and a few ones that were, like, owned by pirates, and, like the AI ship things that I think they're called like Xeons and stuff and such like that. So it was kind of neat in that you could explore those systems, and I think that is really what it's trying to bring in here. Man, they really should have made these starting like bits a little more interactive, because I'm actually just on my phone right now doing pretty much nothing, waiting for this unknown zone effect to finish.
Someone out there is transmitting. Patching it through.
This is Kataran Transport 23. Got some Reavers approaching and could do with some backup. En route to home base.
Can you trace it?
Not easily. He's making it hard to get a position, probably so only his people can find him. He's near, though.
Keep your eyes open. He sounded friendly enough, though.
Huh, there's a station here. And apparently it buys energy cells. Unknown
There's
faction,
a highway
though.
up ahead out of this place.
We don't know what's on the other side.
Maybe that ship was heading this way. They could still need our help. They can't have been far.
Yeah, never seen that though. Unknown faction. This place is really desolate. There's only like one or two ships in these highway things, and usually you see these everywhere.
Comms channel established.
Where can I find a ship
I
dealer?
really don't feel like speaking with you.
Okay, so that's that. Ooh, zone right
Entering.
next to the sun.
Urvid Corona.
Huh.
Whoa, take a look at that station. That must be the home station that guy was talking about. Let's hope they're friendlier than those other guys.
Ooh. It's kind of neat.
Anything look familiar to you?
Nothing which reminds me of anything in Albion. I wonder if these people were trapped in their system as long as we were.
Unknown vessel. We have target lock on your ship. Identify yourselves.
This is the Albion Skunk. We're not looking for trouble.
We're not from around here. May we dock?
Defense ships have been dispatched. You are granted permission to dock, but I caution you about doing anything that might be taken for a threat. I will be there to meet you. Nakano out.
So yeah, I was under the impression that the gate network was shut down, just going off of the information present here and there. It was actually mentioned inside that intro video, but it was like one of the bulletins there. It was actually one of the only bulletins there. So yeah, that's kind of that. It's kind of neat to